My name is Kana Patterson, and I am a member of the Cumberland County Poultry Pride and Buckaroos 4-H Club. I am 13 years old, and I currently have 15 chickens, 5 bantam chickens, and 7 ducks. I'm sure many of you who have backyard flocks can relate to the problem of an abundance of eggs that could surely kill you if eggs could walk. Deviled eggs are a great way to use up extra eggs and to save yourself from the egg apocalypse. And even if you aren't the biggest fan of eggs, there's no way for you to hate it. The recipe I will be using in this video comes from allrecipes.com. However, I did add a few things to the eggs. The beauty of deviled eggs is that there are so many ways that you can make them. For our deviled eggs, we prefer to use vinegar. However, you could just as easily use lemon juice. You're free to choose any topping for your eggs, and you can even use a piping bag to give your eggs an eye-catching design. The basic recipe only consists of 5 ingredients. However, there are many other herbs, vegetables, and spices such as cayenne pepper, olives, black pepper, ground pepper, chives, paprika, and even chopped tomatoes you can add to your deviled eggs. Now that you're excited, hopefully, let's get to work. Place a pot of water on the stove. The water should be 2 inches over the eggs you are using. Set the burner to medium temperature. Once the water begins to boil, carefully place 6 eggs into the pot. Let the eggs boil for 11 minutes, and after 11 minutes, put them in a bowl of cold water. Do this as quickly as possible because the egg yolks may turn green if you wait too long. Leave the eggs in a bowl of cold water for a minute or more. After the eggs have cooled, you can begin to peel the shells off. A lesser known fact of shelling hard-boiled eggs is that the fresher the egg, the harder it is to peel. I would recommend using your oldest eggs if you plan to make hard-boiled eggs. The best method I have found for peeling eggs is to carefully roll every part of the egg while applying slight pressure against a paper towel over a glass plate to create many cracks over the shell. Carefully pull parts of the shell away until you have a large enough gap to push a spoon through. Push the spoon underneath the shell to remove it. If you don't feel like getting a spoon dirty, you can also just use your fingers. Be careful not to damage the egg whites. After you've peeled the eggs, now comes the fun part. Over a cutting board, use a knife to cut the egg in half long ways. Carefully use another spoon to remove the yolk in one piece. If it breaks apart, it's not the end of the world, but the world might explode if you break the egg white, so be careful. After you have removed all of the yolks, place them in a container or bowl. Smash them with a fork until they give a crumbly texture. Once the crumbly dry texture is achieved, add 1 tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice, half a tablespoon if you are using bantam eggs, and 1.5 tablespoons if you are using duck eggs. Stir the ingredients together until they are thoroughly mixed. Add a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise per 6 deviled eggs if they are standard-sized chicken eggs. Add 1 tablespoon of mustard. You can also add a pinch of salt to give it a nice taste. Once you have finished stirring all the ingredients together, it should be a nice creamy texture with a sweet yellow color. Carefully put 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of mixture in the hole that the yolk was in. If you want to go the extra mile, you can put the yolk mixture into a piping bag to give the eggs a fancy finish. We choose to use paprika or olives as our toppings, but you can choose any topping you like. Your deviled eggs can be stored in the refrigerator, however they taste best if eaten soon after they are made. If your eggs have been in the refrigerator for a while and they appear discolored, it is probably best to throw them away. And there you have it. Nice, homemade deviled eggs. Special thanks to Peach the horse, Snickers the goat, Oreo the goat, Sage the chicken, and all the other chickens that made this video possible.